Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat and welcome to the Defcon Rugby Show. I'm Vic and somebody's missing on this side of me. I don't know where he is. I think he'll be here soon. I will put Vern into the picture any second when he gets here. Don't you guys worry. But hey, what a rugby day we've already had today. The Super Rugby started off. It was fantastic. I'm looking there just to see if he is coming in. No, not yet. The minute he's in, I'll let you guys know. Don't worry. But yeah, we've got to look at it. Look, I mean, good rugby today. Where are we at? We've got to check out our Defcon standings. There we go. That's our 5 levels of Defcon, obviously. All is calm? I don't think so. What's up? Maybe. Get ready? Definitely. Holy crap. I think so. The reigning champions in the Super Rugby, the Crusaders, losing there to the Highlanders. A Highlanders team that has got their first victory in 10 months. In 10 months, that was the first Highlanders victory. So we're going there for holy crap today. Definitely that is the Defcon status today. We'll see when Vern gets in. I don't know. There you go. So we've got Defcon 2 today. Holy crap. Good stuff. Let's have a look at the topics today. We're going to talk Six Nations, obviously, Super Rugby. We will talk a little bit of the French Top 14 and the Japanese League. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And if you want to get hold of me or us, well, me today, because us is not around, then send us an email at vicandvernsportschat@gmail.com. But hey, guys, we are at 137,229 subscribers. So that is fantastic. Keep it up. Keep on coming. Let's pass the word, spread the love, whatever you want to call it. Good stuff. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, only one place to start. That's the Super Rugby now. Everything's obviously in front of my face because I thought I'd be nice because Vern's there, but I'll put it out there. Look, I did both games this morning. Highlanders against the Crusaders. Oh, what a game that was. The Highlanders played fantastic. Look, the Crusaders should have won the game easily. But I'm not exaggerating when I say they must have had about 10 knock-ons and lost about 6 to 7 lineouts. The Crusaders were just not at the races today. I mean, look, they are missing some players, but the Highlanders were phenomenal. Cameron Miller, the kicker for the Highlanders, what a kick to win the game at the end. No, they played very well. Jonah Nareki, I like the way he played today. I just think he's just a class player. And then afterwards, we did the Waratahs against the Reds. The Reds just didn't turn up today. At the beginning of the game, they were there or thereabouts. But hey, listen here. We have got some... Jurgensen was unbelievable for the Waratahs. I mean, one of the best performances I've seen in the Super Rugby by a single player for a long time. He was mustard. And they got the deserved win. So the Waratahs are off to a good start. I think it's like... They haven't won a lot of times there against the Reds. So... good win for the Waratahs there, for the New South Wales Waratahs against the Queensland, what am I talking about? The Queensland Reds. Then tomorrow morning on this channel, I will plug it in about a second time, just 1 second. There you go. Tomorrow morning on this channel, it will be the Drua against Moana Pacifica. The Island boys face off against each other. For me, the game of the weekend. I love those two teams. And then straight off that, it will be the Blues against the Chiefs. The Blues, my favorite to win the Super League this year. And then the last game will be the Brumbies and the Western Force will face off against each other. Let me just give you the lineups of those teams for tomorrow. There you go. I'm just going to move everything over in front of Vern's face because he's obviously not here. There you go. There you go. So the Fijian Drua against Moana Pacifica. Those are the lineups. Yeah. That's going to be paid at Churchill Park. Look, Drua and Moana, they always lose a lot of players in the off-season. So a lot of new names will be on the team sheets to check out. Then we'll just leave the 4th game in front of me. The Blues against the Chiefs. Yeah, I think the Blues are the favorite for me to win this year. But look, the Chiefs, big lineup, lots of All Blacks on both teams, so that's going to be a great one. Check out those lineups for yourselves. And then last but not least, the Western Force, that are actually not a force anymore. I think the Western Force will be the wooden spoon this year against the ATC Brumbies there. Let's have a look. I mean, look, the Brumbies, James Slipper, Billy Pollard, they got a few good players there, you know. David Filawi, I mean, That's going to be interesting. We're going to try to do that game. We just don't know if we got the feed for that. We've got to check if our provider gives us that game. If so, we will be doing that game as well. So that's your Super Rugby lineup for today. I'm just going to check my phone. Vern's not on the phone either. Yeah, something must have happened, or he's just fell asleep on the couch. Wouldn't surprise me. There you go. Yeah, so that is the Super Rugby for this week. 3 games still to come. Of course, the Hurricanes had a bye this week, so they couldn't win or lose. And then again, yeah, and it's going to be epic next week. Then we move to the Six Nations, and we got there you go. I'll put that on the right side. There you go. Look, we know what happened in week 1. The big upset in week 1, I think, was Italy beating Scotland. Ireland getting hammered by France. England won the way they were supposed to win because Wales are not that good. This week in Ireland, Italy, could that be a close game? I don't think so. I think Ireland will bounce back there. Scotland, England on this channel for sure. The Calcutta Cup is what it's called. Wales against France. I think Wales is in for a battering, for a hammering. Let me put out the team there. See, I planned everything for Vern to be sitting next to me. There you go. Look, England. Let's have a look at the starting 15 for England. It's Ellis Gang, Luke Cowan, Dickey, Joe Hayes, Moro Itoje back in the starting lineup, Ollie Chisholm, Guy Pepper, Sam Underhill, and Ben Earl. So a good pack there from the English. Alex Mitchell, I like him as scrum off. I think he's one of the better. George Ford doing the kicking duties. Henry Orendell, Fraser Denwall, Tommy Freeman, as I say, the brother of Django. Tom Roebuck and Freddie Stewart. That is your starting lineup for the English. Let's have a look at the subs. What have they got on the bench? Jamie George, Bevan Rode, Trevor Davison, Alex Coles, Tom Curry, Henry Pollock, the new star in English rugby, Ben Spencer and Finn Smith. No, Marcus Smith. No. Surprise, surprise. Vern's going to be really upset about that. Then we go to the Scottish and the Scots. This is their lineup there. Look, their prop is Nathan Macbeth. Their hooker is George Turner. Then you have Sander Ferguson on the other prop. The 2 locks are Gregor Brown and Scott Cummings. Then your loose forwards are Jamie Ritchie, Rory Darsh, and Jack Dempsey, not the boxer. Then your scrum half, Ben White, of course, Finn Russell at fly half. Then you got Jamie Dobby, Siani Topaluto, Hugh Jones, Kyle Stain, and Tom Jordan. Look, Scotland's got to bounce back. That was not on the plans for Scotland to lose that one last week. Scotland don't win this week. Six Nations done already. I know I've got a lot of guys out there always talking about the Six Nations. That reminds me to have a look at the chat. Where's Vern? Good question. I do not know. That is just the way it is. I'll give him a call later. Then we have the substitutes for Scotland. Jamie George. No, got that right, yeah. No, that's the substitutions for England. I got to change that quickly. Let me go and find the substitutions for Scotland. No. Where are the substitutions for Scotland? There you go. There you go. Let me redo this quickly. There you go. Well, I can move it over. Vern's not here. What am I taking all the space in front of my face? Not necessary. There you go. So the Scottish subs. We have Dave Cherry, Piers Kuman, Elliot Miller-Mills, Max Williamson, Matt Ferguson, George Horn, Adam Hastings, and Darcy Graham. Still not doing Van der Merwe. I think without doing, they don't win. I think England win this one. Even though a lot of people would be rooting for the Scots, I think England hammer them in this one. I think Scotland's going to get one hell of a hammering. They're going to have to need a lot of haggis and Mars bars and whiskey to get over this one afterwards. There are other games, of course, and I'm going to go out and have a look at those quickly. There you go. Just got to hit the fixtures there and results. There you go. Look, Ireland need to bounce back. Ireland definitely need to bounce back because that loss to France was, I don't think, I mean, you can lose to France in France, let's be honest. But the way they lost, the way they played, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. Let me just have a look here at this weekend's games quickly because it is. There you go. How the hell is this not working today? It's funny. There you go. So, it's still giving me only the French results, not what I wanted. So forget about it. But it is Ireland. Ireland have got to come good against Italy. It's going to be a tough one for them. And then, of course, Wales against France. Wales is going to get hammered. Look, the French will must probably rotate a lot of their squad. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll even do that game, depending on what's happening tomorrow, because the Olympics have got a little bit of priority at the moment. Then we move on. Look, we move on to the Japanese League. I put that in front of me. See there, you know, I'm so nice. I always cover up my face when Vern's there. But yeah, here we go. So look, Yokohama Cannon Eagles will take on the Tokyo Black Rams. Saitama Wild Knights taking on Toyota Verblitz. Shinazuka Blue Revs against Kabuto Spears. Mitsubishi Saigamira Dynabos, Mi Honda Heat. That's a good one. Uraza D-Rocks against Tokyo Sun Goliath, and then Toshiba Brave Lupus against Kobe Steelers, also Kobe Steelers. Looking forward to see. I want to watch a little bit of that game because Artie Surveyor does play for them, and I want to see how Artie's doing in the Japanese League. But the Japanese League, I think, is a very exciting league. Look, it doesn't have the high quality players all over the pitch. Of course, you have a lot of international players, and some of the Japanese players are very good. But I wouldn't put it up there in the top 5 leagues in the world, put it that way. Then the top 14, I'm just going to leave it in front of me now. No, I'm not. I don't want that. There you go. Top 14, they do play. They keep on playing in France. Toulon, that was last week, but Bordeaux and Casters will face off this weekend. Big game there. Bionnet against Racing doing well. Lyon against Montauban. Montauban definitely needs some points. La Rochelle, Montpellier, another good one. Perpignan against Pau. Can't see Perpignan doing anything there. Toulon against Clermont, and on the Sunday it is Stade Francais against Toulouse. So lots of good games there for the weekend. Rugby is going to be big this weekend, guys, on our channel. Got to join us for the Drua against Moana Pacifica. That is at 4:35 in the morning, tomorrow morning. So join me for that. And then after that, it is the Blues against the Chiefs. That should be a cracking game, high intensity. And I'm rooting for the Blues this year. I am rooting for the Blues this year. But that was the Defcon show today. A little bit shorter than usual. I've rattled through it. I've got to find out what's up with Vern. I don't know where he is. Yeah, don't forget, in less than 12 hours, it's the Drua against Moana Pacifica. Otherwise, we have a lot of other stuff on the channel today. European basketball this evening. It is Panathinaikos against Fenerbahce with Vern. Check that out. I hope it's with Vern. And then, of course, this evening I am doing Canada against Switzerland in the Olympic ice hockey. And at around about 11:30 in the evening is our daily Olympic update show. For all you Aussies out there, hey, great stuff. You won a gold medal today. Who is doing the basketball? Vern, if he's around, my son, if he's around. But I'll let you guys know soon. Guys, that is the Defcon Rugby Show for today. We'll be back on Monday with all the tables, updates of the whole weekend. Talk about the Japanese League. Talk about the French League. There's URC coming up next weekend as well. One of the South African teams are playing because they've missed some games. We'll talk about who won the games in the Six Nations. And, of course, we'll get into the Super Rugby. And maybe we get some news on who's going to be the next New Zealand coach. After today, give it to Jamie Joseph there of the Highlanders. He did a phenomenal job against the Crusaders. That's me signing out. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. See you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.